Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, outsiders of all ages, it's almost time for Texas and Georgia. We'll get you some picks and some breakdown. You got to be excited about this one. We are the Outsiders, brought to you by Poncho Outdoors. Love those poncho shirts. Check this bad boy out. How about the yellow belly? Oh, yeah. Go to ponchooutdoors.com/outsiders for $10 off your first order. Also, if you're like me, and you're into that mother of pearl snap Western look, but you might want a short sleeve. The short sleeve version of this bad boy is called the Sweetwater. Just kind of file that one away. I think that's going to go on my list. Check out Poncho. They have tons of great stuff. This is the Hondo, by the way, the gray with a little pattern in it. It's fantastic. Chance Mach is here. Beau Edge, the country gorilla, is here. Jason Dick, not with us again. He is a superstitious man. And now that he's been gone so long, he just figures he needs to stay away. He doesn't want to bring bad luck. We do have a pick from him for the game, though. That's coming up a little later on. Gentlemen, good to see you. Beau's rocking the hat. Chance, of course, rocking the Bills hat tonight. Yes.
Just so you're aware, Chad, I am actually Jason. This is an AI-generated image of Beau Edge. This is Jason, the Dick Man, right here.
Yeah, you got a good clear camera going tonight, so I can't deny that. I'm not gonna argue with
it's virtual. This isn't really Beau. This is Jason at a good home setup.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're looking good. You are looking really good. In fact, you're looking so good, Beau. I think we need to start with a little Mach 5 top 5. So you need to tell them about Integro Construction Services, and we're gonna get right into it.
Number right there will be on the screen when it rolls, 987-1273. That is Integro. They are the licensed distributor of the Go Nano technology. There's a lot of different names for it out there, a lot of different brands. Go Nano is the industry standard. It is the best of reinvigorating your roof, adding years of life to your roof, protecting against wind, hail, as we head into the winter season, ice, sleet, all of the above. Get your roof corrected. That's the best way to put it. Corrected. Your roof isn't dead. It just may need some reinvigoration. It may need the spray-on technology that adds the life. Go Nano is the best. Integro is the licensed distributor. They're not just Go Nano, though. They do a full, wide array of construction services. So if you need a project that doesn't involve your roof, Integro is your answer there, too. 987-1273, Integro Construction Services.
Yes, indeed. We will leave that beautiful logo up for you. We will leave the number crawling across as we get to a little Mach 5. Top 5. Used to play quarterback in Texas. Now he's the smartest man on the Outsiders. Mach 5. Top 5. Not messing around, talking football this week. All right, Mach 5, top 5. It's not kitschy. It ain't kitschy when you play these Bulldogs, Chance. When they played Mississippi State, we got kitschy. This week, it's about football. Top 5 things Texas has to do to win this damn game, pull an upset, and get the country on notice. What is your list?
Hey, Stevie.
No, that's not Stevie. That's Tiger. Me and Tiger. All right, look. So you're right, Chad. There's a couple things, and one of the things that I loved watching, and I love studying the old-time greats and the guys that are still great, but one of those being the great Bill Belichick, who is not doing so great in North Carolina. But he used to say, guys, it's about blocking and tackling. And so the Mach 5 top 5 this week is basically based around the simplistic things in football that Texas can do to win. Number 5, minimize turnovers and win the special teams battle. We have to. They've got this Branch kid that's a great return guy, but you know what? We got one of our own too, and he's been explosive this year. Winning the field position battle, to me, is going to be huge. Being able to start in good field position, creating long drives against that defense is not going to be fun, but at the same turn of it, if we can give them long field to have to drive against our defense, I think that's good for us. So minimize your turnovers, win the special teams.
All right.
Number 4, we got to generate pressure on Gunnar Stockton. And that means coming from everywhere, not just Colin Simmons, not just Ethan Burke, but coming from everywhere, being able to generate pressure up the middle, being able to generate pressure off of some of those dog blitzes, some of those things, those different looks. We got to keep Gunnar Stockton uncomfortable throughout the game.
Okay.
Numero 3. This is a big one. I think Beau might like this one too. Let's unleash Ryan Wingo. Let him go all over the field. Throw him his screens. Let him do his screen game. That's fine. But let him put pressure down the field. Let him throw up and let your big dog go eat.
Okay. Love
Number
it.
2, we've got to protect Arch Manning. That offensive line has got to protect. If they can get pass rush and get pressure on Arch and be in his face like they were Florida, let's just throw that name out there, where Florida was in his lap the whole game. I think he got hit 32 times or something that game. Something ridiculous. An insane stat that we hadn't heard since David Carr was at the Texans.
That is not the call out you want.
No. And number 1, this is, I think, the absolute biggest one, is we've got to neutralize Georgia's running game. We've got to be able to stop the run. If we can stop the run and put it on Gunnar Stockton's shoulders to beat us, I think we got a real shot.
All right, there's some good nuts and bolts in there, Beau Edge. Stopping the run, protect Arch, get Wingo going, pressure the other quarterback, and minimize turnovers and win special teams. It's a pretty good formula. You want to mess with it a little bit?
I do, but only because I have something that I think is more critical for this particular game. I don't – Chance knows I want Ryan Wingo to go off. He's been in my damn battalion envelope for the last 4 weeks until this one because his name isn't going down there this time. Sark needs to utilize the fear of Ryan Niblett in his offensive game plan. So I'm taking out the Wingo and I'm putting in the Niblett because they know each other. Kirby knows what Sark's going to try to do some goofy stuff. You don't even have to do the goofy stuff. Just show it. Have Niblett coming across in jet motion. Keep their eyes busy because now Ryan Niblett's built up the reputation in the last 4 to 6 weeks. He is someone to be feared. He does run kicks back. Now they've been putting him into the offense. If he doesn't touch the ball the entire day, I'm okay with it. As long as you have him on the field 10 to 15 times to at least make Georgia think about it, because that might just open up the windows to allow the successful plays. So to me, Niblett being part of the scheme is more important than Wingo.
Interesting. All right. Okay. Oh, man. I like both of those. I'm going to try to figure out a way to arbiter of truth this thing, and we're going to get this is a very important game, so I'm going to see if I can get all of this stuff in there. So here's what we're going to do. Yeah, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're changing number 5 slightly, Chance. Number 5 is now minimize turnovers, win special teams, and make them feel Niblett. There you go. Niblett's going into number 5. It's now a 3-parter. Minimize turnovers, special teams, and focus on Niblett. That's Niblett all over the place, because then we can get Wingo back in the discussion. That's what we're doing. Wingo goes back to number 3, because I think we got to have number 1 in here. And Chance, I love your 1 and 2, but I'm going to add elements to that as well. Your number 2 is protect Arch. I'm just going to add a little bit. Protect Arch, and he outperforms Gunnar Stockton. It has to happen. If Gunnar Stockton has a higher passer rating in this game, I think Texas loses. Arch needs to outperform Stockton, to me, for them to win. And number 1, stop the run. I love it. I would never take stop the run out of the discussion against Georgia, but there's another element, Chance, because there's only one way to scare this Georgia team. Time of possession. Stop the run and even up time of possession as much as you can, because it's the only way Bama figured out how to do it. They found Kirby's kryptonite. They found Kirby's biggest fear, not having the ball. What's in Georgia's DNA more than anything else? They've got the ball. Bama took it from them for 36 minutes. Kirby lost his mind and didn't want to tie the game with a simple field goal early 4th quarter. That's how you get Georgia. I don't think Texas can go 36, but they've got to even it out a little bit. It needs to be even or slightly in Texas' favor, I think, for them to get this win. So I'm going to add the time of possession element to your number 1.
So, Chad, I do think they could potentially do it, and it's going to be utilizing a lot of the same concepts from the Vanderbilt game. Texas is not going to be able to run the ball effectively. We know that. we can all pretend and we can all say, well, maybe this is the week. They're not good running the football. They're just not. And I don't think that's going to change. But what was successful against Vanderbilt was the screen game, which has been a bread and butter of Sark and is just like a modified run. And that's kind of where I was going with the Niblet part.
Okay.
This doesn't have to be a vertical attack. If Arch throws 15 little crossers and wide receiver screens to Wingo and all those things, that can eat the clock the same way.
All right, so here's our
Just
final.
tell DeAndre Moore not to run out of bounds.
Here's our final Mach 5 top 5 this week, which has like 28 elements in it, but we don't care because this is Texas trying to beat Georgia, damn it. Number 5, minimize turnovers, win special teams, and make them feel Ryan Niblet. Show them number 21. Number 4, pressure. All kinds of pressure. Make Gunnar Stockton freak out. Number 3, Ryan Wingo. Lots of number 1. Make sure the national pundits know who the hell he is by the end of the day. Number 2, protect Arch, and he has to outperform Gunnar Stockton. And number 1, stop the run and keep the football away from the Georgia Bulldogs. If you let them have it for 33, 34, 35 minutes, that will not end well. There is your Mach 5 Top 5, brought to you by Integro Construction Services. We appreciate their great support. Let's hear from Covert Ford, and we will get to our Dick Move of the Week.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Covert, and since 1909, the Covert family has been committed to Austin's community. For 116 years, we've grown with Texas, driving progress, building trust, and serving the Austin community. Whether it's the all-new 2025 F-150 or the versatile 2025 Ford Maverick, we're here to help you find the perfect fit, just like we've done for generations. At Covert Ford, it's more than cars. It's about family, service, and a legacy of trust. Visit covertford.com and become part of our story.
All right, we got picks coming up in a little bit as well. But before that, in honor of the great Jason Dick, who usually brings us the Dick Move of the Week, Beau has a Dick Move of the Week as we get ready for Texas, Georgia. What's up, Beau?
Dick Move of the Week is Billy Napier. Not only did his last act before getting canned, beating us in Gainesville, now he's going to work with our enemy in Kirby Smart to give him tips and pointers of how he beat Texas. Who was the only team we played this year that was truly able to run the football on us? Florida. Now Billy's giving Kirby the blueprint. I don't think it matters. I think Texas got beat up in that Florida game. I don't think Georgia's offensive line is that dynamic or that great that they're just going to be able to bully ball Texas. And I do think Ethan Burke has come into his own over the last few weeks. Colin Simmons has definitely come into his own. And I don't think they have an answer for Anthony Hill with his hair on fire. So I don't think it'll matter. But Billy Napier, that's not cool. And when we get to our picks, I'll tell you who Sark has now elicited, who is flying into Austin as we speak. Flight Aware has confirmed it. It's going to be a quick hitter because he's got some things to do. But Sark has his own ideas on Billy Napier front. Not in the season, Billy, because you got fired doesn't mean you start helping everybody else.
It is rough. That is a rough move from Billy Napier. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I would possibly agree with that one. We'll see if that matters. Plus, why does Kirby need somebody to tell him to run the ball? He knows to run the ball. He knows that's what they want to do. But, hey, I guess he's trying to get
Georgia and Texas have played a couple times recently. They have not been offensive juggernaut days for any of the teams involved.
No.
Like the defenses have won the day. So Kirby has won the wars. But he has definitely not won the battle of the offensive line or had a great running attack in those. He needs help because who's the only team that's been able to run on us in the Sark, Pete Kwiatkowski new iteration? It was Billy Napier. That's the only one. That's the only team that just beat us up running, like where we couldn't stop it. Where they were like, we're going to run on first, second, and third down, and then we're going to do it all over 3 more times because we're going to get the first down. No one's been able to do that to us.
All right, we are headed towards the picks here in just a second, but before we do that, why don't we take a look at some new arrivals at Last Stand hats? Oh, we're starting purple this week. Look at this.
Lumberjacks.
My wife's SFA Lumberjacks get a little love. How about the Tarleton State team? They're not bad this year. That's a pretty good team. Let's scroll down here. Look at this new stuff they've got. A little Bearcat love if you're on the Sam side of things. They got a little bit of that going on. How about some Texas State? It's where my daughter is. I love their logo. Look at the old school SWT. Come on for you old folks. You didn't go to Texas State. You went to Southwest Texas State. Damn right. We got some more of this. Look at this one, fellas. How about the hook 'em right here? That's not bad. Like that one right there. They've also got these cool new designs here. This look here for Tech fans, maybe, is obviously they're playing really well. If you want to get a guns up version, you could do that. They got all this kind of stuff. A lot of the Texas vibes. We showed you this last week. Different colors. The bills are different colors. Now we're getting into the doodle a little bit. There's Doodle Cowboy. Chance's favorites got to be in here somewhere. There he is. There's Doodle Bird. Come on, Doodle Bird. There he is. Big guy. Big guy. All the doodle stuff is ready to go. Check out Last Stand Hats, the true fans brand. And they are also the ones that make the great Outsiders hats. I got my Outsiders hat right here. You want yours? 12 different color combos of the Outsiders hat. Be sure to use the code Outsiders10 for whatever you're going to order at Last Stand Hats. They are pumping out new arrivals left and right. Go check out all the cool stuff as we get ready for Texas and Georgia.
Chad, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Who's the Doodle Ducks?
The Doodle. I don't know who the duck is supposed to be. It's purple duck. So I don't know.
That's what's confusing me. It's not like an Oregon duck.
Yeah, here's what I think happened. Look, remember, there's genius at work here. There's a genius 4-year-old that's running that whole show. Okay. The doodle comes from a genius 4-year-old who started to, and so what dad probably did is said, look, I need inspiration. Give me a Longhorn vibe. Give me this, give me that. Kid was up late at night, drew a badass purple duck and said, Dad, here's your next one. And he's like, well, I don't need a purple duck. Yeah, you do. You do.
So basically,
put it on the damn website. Make it
channeled. This is just a Adam Sandler reincarnation where Miss Lippy's involved, and I painted the duck blue because I'd never seen a blue duck. He eats the glue, so it's Billy Madison reincarnated in a hat.
That's just,
I hadn't seen a purple duck, so I made a purple duck.
Purple duck. That's it. That's purple duck. That's it. When your team wins, maybe you see purple ducks. I don't know.
And you know what? The little puppy, he's like industry.
All right, let's get to our.
I wondered if that was going right over your heads with the Lippy reference.
Oh.
All right, let's get to the picks, gentlemen. I am hoping that this will start with some parental distrust and it will work its way towards just crazy fandom, because I'm going to start this week and I'm going back to parental distrust. When I didn't trust him and I picked OU, look what happened. When I didn't trust him and I picked Vanderbilt, look what happened. And I'm going again. I don't know that I would call it absolute distrust. I don't think that's where I'm that's not what I'm doing, because I absolutely believe Texas can get this done. If it was in Austin, I think I'd take Texas. It's one of those games for me. So it's a Georgia by a lean for me in terms of the pick. I want to be wrong. Arch needs to prove me wrong by performing better than Stockton. Texas needs to keep the ball, all that stuff. I'm just saying, I think Georgia's going to be a little bit better at what Georgia wants to do late. I'm going to go like 31-28 Georgia in this game. Now, even though Jason Dick is not here, he did send me his pick, gentlemen. And all your worries can go away. We've been thinking Jason Dick maybe has fallen off of the Arch Manning train. Oh, no. He's back on, and he's back on big. 56-3, Texas wins. And before you think he's crazy, no, those are not all touchdown passes. Only 6 of those are Arch touchdown passes. The other 2 are Arch touchdown runs of more than 25 yards. That's bold. 56-3, Jason Dick says Arch Manning rips Georgia a new one. How about that? All right, Chance Mach.
UCLA flashbacks.
Chance Mach, it is your turn, sir. Where are you going?
Well, I know this. I know in their last 54 games at home, Georgia is 52-2. I know that Texas is 1-6 under Sark against top 6 opponents.
Top 5, yes, top 5s.
Top 5. Sorry.
Yeah, you are correct.
1-6 against top 5s.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know this: Texas hadn't played good this year. They haven't played really good at all. but they're starting to come around. Same time, I could see this as a game Georgia does not necessarily look past. I think Georgia can watch film against Texas versus Florida, Texas versus Kentucky, Texas versus Mississippi State, the second or the last 10 minutes of the Vanderbilt game, and go, this is not the same Texas team. You've heard it from their fans the whole week. Y'all had the best team you've had in decades last year, and we beat you twice. That being said, I think it's a defensive battle, and I think Texas wins 27-24.
Ooh, 27-24. I would love to see that. All right. You feel that momentum? You feel it building? I think I feel it building. Beau, Edge, it's your turn, sir. What do you want to do?
It's real simple. Kirby Smart elicited the help from Billy Napier. Sark decided to one-up him. He called Lane Kiffin and was like, hey, can you come help me diagram some plays to beat Kirby? And Lane said, no, we're slated to play you in the CFP, and we're the favorite, so no. So who did Sark call? Who's the magic elixir? Who has the answer? One Nicholas Saban. He consulted Sark. He flew in. Texas 31, Georgia 22. Texas has a kick return or punt return for a touchdown and an interception return for a touchdown. Boom! There you go. World's a Forrest Gump. That's all I got to say about that.
What kind of giant ass helmet do you have that you have to hold it when you put it on?
Well,
hey, try leaving
that. I took out the pads.
Leave the hat on. Can you leave the hat on and put the helmet on?
Like a catcher?
And it'll kind of hold it like a catcher? Yeah, there you go. There we go. That's so close. So close.
There we go.
Yeah, there it is. Or flip it around. Or maybe go Bill in front.
Just maybe wear the helmet. It's okay.
Maybe it'll hold. No, the helmet's what we need, Lee Corso. Well done. All right, 31-22 is Beau's pick. Man, I hope you guys are right. I really hope you guys are right. One of the elements of this game that I want to see play out, and Chance, you talked about it. Texas has had its moments where, here we go. Oh, now, wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm going to wear my real helmet from when I played at the university.
All right, hang on. All right, look, you know what? I will duck out for a second. Beau, put yours on. We're just going double helmets. Here we go. Ready? No. You get it back. We're going double helmets. Ready? Get double helmet. I'm going to jump out. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm not moving my head.
That's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Hang on. See if we can do some dueling helmets. There we go. There's that. There's that. Yeah. Coming to get you, Georgia. Coming to get you, dogs.
I feel like we're in a movie like Pineapple Express or Half-Baked at the moment.
What you gonna do, dogs, when the Longhorns come to get you? But you know what? Just like Texas, Georgia really hadn't put 4 quarters together. I mean, maybe against Mississippi State, maybe, right? Mississippi State jumped out early, hit them with a quick one, and then Georgia takes off. But Chance, to your point about Texas, where we haven't seen that complete game yet, we really haven't seen it from Georgia. It's weird. Georgia, they did not score first against where did it go? Hang on. Where did my Georgia number go? Hang on. Here we go. They did not score first against Tennessee, Bama, Auburn, or Mississippi State. They didn't lead after 3 quarters against Tennessee, Bama, and Ole Miss. They found a way in every game but one. Like Kirby says, they're hard to kill. We're going to see if Texas can kill them. And if that Texas defense shows up, and if that Texas offense that started against Vandy shows up, I think they got a hell of a shot. All
you ask for is a chance.
Hey, that's it. That's all you need. That's all we need every week is a chance on the outsiders. And a Beau and me. And if we can get him Jason Dick, that's what we ask for.
Every once in a while. But look, at the end of the day, which I know when we were on the horn together, they told me to quit saying at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, Texas it's been a rough season, right? We had to lower expectation. We had to go through all that. But really and truly, if they go into Athens and they get a win, and then they got to play, Arkansas. And Arkansas, that's going to be tough, I know, but that should be a win. Now you've set yourself up for an opportunity, a real good opportunity, to still make the playoffs. And what you were trying to do is still in front of you. You still, as weird as it sounds, as wonky as this season has been, Texas still controls their own destiny. Like,
Right.
and that's
because, and here's the other thing, Chance, going to that state. The other thing he's got a chance to do if Sark wants to make this a part of the old, the pregame motivation, they got a chance to bring Atlanta back into the discussion in a massive way. Because if they can beat Georgia, they then regain control of that narrative as well. And there's a real shot. I've been looking at all these different tiebreakers. There's a real shot that Texas can send a real clear message to the Aggies on Black Friday night, which is, we may not go to Atlanta, but y'all sure aren't going. If Texas gets the win over the Aggies, even if a tiebreaker would keep them out somehow, they can ensure the Aggies don't go. But if they beat Georgia, we could end up with that situation where the Longhorns know that if they get the win, not only are the Aggies not going to Atlanta, Longhorns might be going to Atlanta. So that all comes back.
So just remember, when you check the archives back to our predictions at the beginning of the year, when I was scoffed at by one Jason Dick, my prediction for the SEC championship game was Texas-Alabama.
That is true. Yeah. And both those teams
was going to resurrect Bama, and they were going to be a juggernaut. Texas would beat A&M to take the spot in that game, and then that's when Texas's run to the glory began, and they win the Natty. So I'm sticking to it until it doesn't happen. Irrelevant of what happens in this Georgia game, I still think that's a plausible scenario. Maybe not the Georgia, or maybe not the SEC championship part, but the season starts now. Like, everything else doesn't matter. If Texas wins every game on their schedule moving forward, there is no scenario that they don't do everything they want to do.
Oh,
so all can be forgotten. Doesn't matter what happened against Florida. It doesn't matter what happened in Columbus, Ohio.
But
all that can be forgotten. I think Texas does it.
You can make an argument, and I don't want to play with fire. I really don't, because we already play with fire with the stupid loss up in Florida. That should have never happened, right? But there's an argument to be made, and I don't want to go down this path right now, but there's an argument to be made that all they have to do is beat either Georgia or Alabama or A&M, and they can get in. There's an argument to be made for that.
I don't disagree. I just don't.
I don't want to leave it in their hands. I'll tell you that.
I don't think beating Georgia guarantees us getting any more than. How should I put this? Beating Georgia doesn't mean we're going to get in the playoff. Because if the last game you play is a loss, we may not get as lucky as Ohio State did when they lost to Michigan and still got in the playoff and were able to run rush shot and win the title. Like, we have to beat Georgia.
Agreed.
To keep this going. But more importantly than beating Georgia, and if we don't beat Georgia, the season isn't lost, because beating A&M, if you beat an undefeated top 3 A&M in the last game, that can elevate you into the playoff too. So yes, we can split them, but we can't lose A&M. Like, if we beat Georgia and lose to A&M, I think we're still out.
All right, new rule,
because that will be the last taste.
New rule on the outsider: Beau is never allowed to say Ohio State again, because when he said it, he sounded like Satan. Please don't ever do that again, Beau. That was terrifying. All right, what I need you to do though, Beau, is tell them about Star Ranch before we get out of here.
It's actually where I'm gonna have my no alcohol. Beau doesn't need to drink before a game. So I'm taking my son golfing on Saturday at Star Ranch. 252 Golf is the phone number. It's where I host my charity golf tournament, the Super Cooper Invitational. It's just a fun golf course. It's fun for beginning or new golfers like my son. It's fun for pro golfers. It offers a variety of different looks from different tees. The greens are always in really good shape. And this is the best part of Star Ranch, the pace of play. For a daily fee golf course, their average pace of play is under 4.5 hours on a weekend. They don't allow fivesomes. They move you around the golf course to where you can enjoy it. You're not wasting your time waiting on other people to duff it in the water. No, they'll move you along. It's great. I got a 2 o'clock tee time. We'll be home in time to watch Texas, Georgia. It's going to be great. Golf club at Star Ranch.
There you have it. No better way to explain pace of play than that. The man's got a golf plan and he's got a Texas game he's going to watch at night. Very cool. Texas and Georgia, 6:30 is that kick time. If you want to come watch it with the OB live crew, remember, head over to TCH Social Austin, the biggest screen in town. We'll have Texas, Georgia on, plus all the other games that matter at that time. But come on. That's the game that matters. It'll be right there on that middle gigantic screen. Come on out and watch with us. We'll have the post-game show right here on Orange Bloods Live as well. Thank you guys for checking us out. We premiered this one Friday at 10 a.m. If you're watching us in that Friday slot, we appreciate it, or whenever during this weekend you're checking it out. We appreciate your support. Thank you for liking, subscribing, getting those notifications. Remember, we are The Outsiders, brought to you by Poncho Outdoors. Let me show you that yellow belly one more time. They got a lot of these shirts. If this isn't your style, maybe if you're thinking, hey, Chad, that yellow is really not my deal. Okay, go to ponchooutdoors.com/outsiders. You're going to get $10 off your first order, and there's so many different choices. You like the long sleeve, you like the short sleeve, you're into the mother of pearl snaps, that Western look, or maybe you're into the regular button look. Whatever it is, you've seen us wearing the hoodies. You've seen the guys wearing the hoodies. You've seen us wearing the t-shirt. I wore a poncho t-shirt today to work out in. They're great. I sleep in a poncho shirt every night. The t-shirts are great. It's all fantastic. It's all fantastic, Chance, at the end of the day at ponchooutdoors.com/outsiders. Don't worry, Chance. Everybody's got crutch phrases. I was told about 5 years in, Chad, if you say the word interesting one more time, we're going to kick you off the air. So I had to come up with other words to say. Ketch and I were the worst. That was our show on the radio was brought to you by the word interesting. We used it all the time. If you want to play a drinking game to this day, watch Ketch and me do anything and drink when one of us uses that word.
Well, and Chance's eyes. Go ahead, Chance.
No, I was just going to say, like, I think for people that don't know in the radio world, every week they go and pull one segment and they make you sit and listen to yourself. And it's the worst. Like,
it's brutal. Yeah.
It's brutal because you hear yourself and you're like, God, that's awful. And I'll never forget Jay Walks being like, how many times do you think you say on any given episode at the end of the day? And I was like, I don't know, maybe once or twice. He's like, let's listen to this one segment. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, the next station we were at, we were brought to you by a National Geographic special about blue-footed boobies, which is a real animal.
That should be the drinking game for the outsiders. When Beau mentions blue-footed boobies, there should be drinking that goes on.
Hey, it is safe for work. You can Google it. It's a real thing.
Yeah, I am so sad I missed the blue-footed booby era. It just seems like a lot of fun.
It was great.
I am sorry I wasn't around for that.
The only person who laughed more than us was Eric Rains and Rita Ballou from Coke, who would sit out there before they do their afternoon show and hear us. And Gene Bender would be banging on the door. You got to get off the station. No, we're on the Christian AM station. And you can only imagine.
We appreciate you guys checking us out. The Outsiders. Every single week. Next week, we will be back for a Tuesday, 10 a.m. debut. We would do 2 shows next week, but hang on. Let me check the schedule. Oh, it's the Arkansas game. 1 show next week. We'll debut Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. and talk about Texas and Arkansas and make picks. And I'll throw up another cool graphic for you real quick. And we will have the envelope game. We'll write something in envelopes. We'll have, it's not in the envelope yet, but I have it right here. Right here is the info. It just needs to go in the envelope. We're going to seal up the envelopes and we're going to open them next week and see if we can predict stuff for the college football weekend. I'm out in front right now, but Beau's making a move and Chance is right there as well. And hopefully Jason Dick will be back with us next week.
I got one prediction to make that's not going in the envelope.
Okay.
My former college roommate's son is the starting quarterback for Dripping Springs.
Ooh.
They play their playoff game tonight against Vista Ridge. Last week against Westlake, Dripping Springs had never beaten Westlake at Westlake.
Mm-hmm.
My boy threw for 412 yards, 5 touchdowns, and went ahead and ran for 66 yards and another touchdown. He's going to be even bigger numbers up against Vista Ridge. on the this will show tomorrow, so we'll already be done. So I'd look really stupid. Chase Ames is going bigger and better. Dripping Springs wins because you got to keep it in the family.
Wow, there you go. Well, Dripping Springs reference at the end. Dripping Springs Tigers, right?
They are the Tigers.
There you go. Dripping Springs.
I'm a Cedar Park fan, but I'll always root for Chase.
Beautiful. As long as you mention Dripping Springs, I'll remind everybody out in the dirty, dirty drip that we're coming to the Deep Eddy Vodka tasting room for the 12 o'clock show next Friday, the Friday before the Arkansas game, November 21st. Deep Eddy Vodka tasting room, 12 o'clock show. We'll hang for a Q&A till 3, and I'm going to try to get myself a bottle of that Deep Eddy Espresso Vodka. It is going fast. It's only at the tasting room. I'm going out there to get it. So if you're going to that drip game, drop by the Deep Eddy Vodka tasting room and grab a bottle on the way. Well, not the way back because they'll be closed. On the way there, maybe. Might be a good idea. All right, y'all. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and getting your notifications. Until next time, we are the Outsiders, and we are legitimately worth a shit. Let's see if the Longhorns are. See ya.